talking about the future of recruitment in this new world. So when we say hire me, why hire me? Because right now, if you're in a good campus or if you're in a city, your chance of getting a good job is 1:10. A good campus or a good city, chance of getting placement is 1:10. If you're in a rural area or if you happen to be in a C-grade institution, your chance of getting in is 1:5,000. We believe there are diamonds out there in these institutions, because time and again, we heard earlier today, the Nagaland Chief Minister talking about discovering Abdul Kalams. So Ashok Leyland actually told us this thing. This is not done today. It was done a couple of months ago. Ashok Leyland said that you will discover more Abdul Kalams from Tiruchirappalli, because that's where he graduated from. So, I mean, he's been our best president. So how many people are we bypassing through our recruitment system right now? So we are trying to flip the model and say where the students are, we let them shine out. And so how we are doing this is, if you see India today, there's this huge thing about rural India, and we tested it ourselves. We went to a small town in Karnataka called Gubbi, which is a couple of hours away from Bangalore. And we did an assessment in an institution. But for the fact of us going there, the 3 diamonds would not have been discovered. So meaning they would have got 1 lakh job, a year, against what we have now got, maybe 3.2 lakh package. And we said talents are distributed, not distributed equally. So if you look here, this is a student which is number 1 in chartered accountancy. This person did not come from a metro, but he came from a small town in Tamil Nadu called Salem. So that shows very clearly that talents are there everywhere. It's for us to try to see how to figure it out. And a lot of domestic opportunities are coming in domestic IT, in domestic industry. We hear Make in India and things like that. It's slowly coming up. And again, if you see ISRO, which is probably one of India's flagship institutions, only 2% of them are from IITs. So what we are saying is, how do we change what the education minister in the country is saying, only 40% are employable. We heard Dr. Punya talking again about 50% are getting jobs. What do we do for the other 50%? So he said that 6 lakhs people are not, engineers are not getting jobs every year. So what we are trying to do is trying to see and match them across. And another big problem is that when industries go and recruit, they hire minority. They fail the majority. So as a country, we are encouraging failures. Because what happens is, if you go and look at the mind of the student, this is what a student says. So he says that, I attended an exam assessment and I failed. Again, Amazon came, again I failed. So every time a student goes back home, they say, kya ho gaya, fail ho gaya. So, I mean, the question of failing, all of us don't like it. So how do you expect a kid who is 18 or 20 or 21 or 22 years to go back home and face rejection time and again? Because an average student in India goes through at least 15 rejections, 10 to 15 rejections before he or she gets a job. There are exceptions of even top grade students attend 4 interviews before they get a job. So what we are telling is, don't worry, HireMee is here. So how does HireMee do? I mean, we are doing 1 million assessments. This year, potentially, we'll do 2 million assessments all across India. And we are telling companies to use HireMee, and from HireMee, you discover your diamond. Because we are doing an assessment free of cost across India. And this is a mobile app. And right on your mobile phone, you can download the app and enter all these. So HireMee can be done entirely on a mobile phone or on a desktop. It is completely independent. And the student puts in their videos, and it's a 20-second video. We kept it 20 seconds so that you don't waste time if you don't want to see that student, but keep on going. It's 3 20-second videos of 20 seconds each, so 1 minute. And then the scores come up to them. It's a 100 minutes assessment, and the assessments are also seen in the desktop. So our cross is psychometric. We have 3 aptitudes: communication, personality, and then domain. So whichever domain you are, that gets assessed for 100 minutes. And what is it that we get? You see, the cost for colleges, if you ask an assessment company, they will tell you it's anywhere 300, 500, 1,000, 1,300. Whereas what we'd offer is a CSR, so it's a total free of cost. And what is it for the company? Because a company goes in and hires, again, if it's an engineering company, they may be hiring 20 engineers, but they go to 20 colleges. If it's an IT services company, they may visit 300 or 500 colleges. It depends on that. And so these are expenses for the company as well. So, and what we made it so easy for colleges, since a lot of you are from institutions here, that you can go and upload your database of students directly and not even have the students go in and log in to enter this. We automatically create logins based on these email IDs. And each of the college has a website for you to manage from a TPA perspective. And then the students can start searching for a job. And then the industry also can do the same. So if you see, the industry goes in and logs in on the same way like a student, either on the portal or on the app. And you choose whether you want a diploma or degree, engineer, who you want. And on the other side, the industry, and then the most important thing is the one you see on the center, is where you can actually go and tick how much you want in verbal aptitude, how much do you want in quantitative aptitude, how much do you want in communication. If you're looking at a salesperson, move the communication extra. If you're not looking for a sales, but you're looking at a technical person, maybe that can be lower and your technical core domain can be higher. So you can play with it from an industry perspective, and based on which the students come out, and you can see, supposing you like the student in the previous screen, and you can click on the student, and the student's video plays up for you from an industry. You can sit in anywhere. So you don't need to be in Delhi. You can be in a remote area of Punjab or a remote area of Nagaland, like what our minister today was talking about, and you can actually figure the student out, or the other way around. And then you reject or you select. And when you select the selected students, you don't need to recruit them fully, but you can call them for Skype interview. You can have them come for internship, whatever you want. And the most beautiful thing about this is it's given total free of cost. What we get is only good karma. So it's the first time in India that we are offering karmic pricing. So we believe that, India has given our group over 100 years a lot. So we believe that it's payback time for us to pay the nation back. And we said that the primary necessity of India today is this. And that's what attracted AICTE, like what Dr. Punya was talking about, the MOU that we signed with them, and in terms of trying to increase that. And we spoke, when I started, I talked about India and what India needs. So this is what I was talking about, the job requirement. And just think back, right? So this was a screenshot of NDTV. And all the rails in Mumbai were stopped maybe 4 months ago, 3 months ago. And why were the trains stopped? Because they wanted jobs. So if this is going to happen in Mumbai, it can happen anywhere else today. And as a nation, we are very fragile because the job situation is getting bigger and bigger. And that was one of the promises of the existing government. And then that's something that they'll have to start delivering now before the next elections. And this is coming in more and more into play. So if the entire Mumbai can come to a stop, what about the rest of the country? So let me give you an example in conclusion. So this was Department of Technical Education in Karnataka signing an MOU with us. And the DTE of Karnataka made it mandatory that every student take up the HireMee assessment. He said it's free of cost, I'm going to make it. And so is AICTE too, the MOU is there, which says free of cost, so he made it compulsory. So as a result, 30,000 students in Karnataka took the test. And then Toyota came forward and said, we want to hire diplomas. So they started going around to Director of Technical Education and they said, use HireMee, the tests are already there. They said, they used that, and that enabled the students to, 19 students to get placed in Toyota. So now Toyota has made it a policy that if they're going to recruit anybody, they need to do the HireMee tests. So that's a prime example. And Pan India, like we have the AICTE videos playing. That's the AICTE chairman at the inaugurating the MOU between HireMee and AICTE. So what we have today is we built a team of 1,000 people. These are professors, these are assessment specialists, there are computer design. We are using artificial intelligence. I know people earlier spoke about artificial intelligence today in multiple panels. So we are actually using artificial intelligence in the assessments to find out, and AI is actually proctoring the test. So you can make out if a student is copying, looking and copying, hearing and copying. If you move the screen, it goes blank, you know, those kind of stuff, and it's able to do. So we have a team of 1,000 people. We conduct this year, and this year we're going to conduct in maybe 7,000 plus more colleges actually this year, Pan-India, and we are trying to assess 1 million students, and our endeavor this year, the coming year, is to generate 100,000 jobs. And so it's a karmic moment, and we wish everyone can join us in this journey to enable the youth of India to get jobs. So thank you. Thanks a lot.